How you guys doing?
Brother?
What's that?
Do you remember me?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
How you been?
Hi.
You Nicole?
Yes.
Okay. So what's going on?
On the afternoon of August 13th, 2018, police in Frederick, Colorado were called to perform a welfare check after a pregnant woman suddenly stopped responding to her friends and family.
So my friend, we were out of town for a business trip this weekend.
Right.
And I dropped her off at 2 o'clock this morning. She's 15 weeks pregnant.
According to her friend, Shanann Watts had returned home late the previous night after a business trip, but by the next morning, no one had been able to reach her.
I've called, I've texted. Her car's in the garage. Her shoes she wears every single day are by the front door.
She only has one vehicle?
As the friend continues explaining the situation to officers, she begins pointing out small details around the house. The family car is still parked in the garage, and several of Shanann's everyday belongings appear to be exactly where she left them.
Her husband and her supposedly are separating, but she didn't know this. She thought they were just having issues. He disclosed that to me today.
As the conversation continues, the friend briefly mentions that the couple had recently been going through problems in their relationship, adding another layer of uncertainty to the situation.
Okay. That's what I'm asking. There's
She took
not
the girls and went on a play date, but they're 4 and 2. She went on a play date. Why wouldn't she take a car? They're both in car seats.
As officers take in the situation, they begin looking around the property for any signs of activity. At this point, no one inside the house has responded, and there's still no clear explanation for where Shanann or the children might be.
Do you mind calling him and seeing if we can get a passcode to this and get me permission to go in?
Okay.
I'm just gonna check the back, see if I can see anything. Right. I just want to look in all the windows, make sure I don't see anything out of. Do they?
As they move around the outside of the home, everything appears quiet and undisturbed. There are no signs of forced entry, no visible struggle, and nothing that immediately suggests what might have happened.
You can't enter the house unless you see signs of...
Yep. I've got to have more unless I get consent from him to go in.
And if you don't, you can't enter.
As officers attempt to make contact, they knock on the front door and call out several times, but no one inside responds. Meanwhile, the situation continues to be explained to them, and at this point, they still don't have permission to enter the home. Without clear signs of danger or consent from the homeowner, officers are limited in what they can do, leaving them waiting outside as concern continues to grow.
What's Chris's phone number?
Chris's phone number is...
Okay. It was Chris, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Chris, Officer Coonrod for the police department. Pretty good. So, do you have any idea where your wife is?
With no response from inside the house and no clear signs of where Shanann or the children might be, officers decide to contact her husband directly. At the time, he's still at work.
Okay. Right. What my concern is her car's here. They're saying she is diabetic. I don't want her, if she's upstairs and can't respond.
He tells officers that he left for work early that morning and that Shanann was still at home when he left. According to him, nothing seemed out of the ordinary.
He said like 5 minutes. He's about here.
Within minutes, Chris tells officers he's on his way back home. He's the only person who can give them access to the house and potentially explain what's going on.
Scott, how you doing?
How's it going?
So this is the only vehicle she would have?
Only one that
She would drive?
A short time later, Chris arrives back at the house and meets officers outside.
Nikki, I'll give you permission to walk in my daughter's house.
Mind if I come in, Chris? Well, any friends she would be hanging out with?
I mean,
I know, I guess her parents are out of state.
across country, North Carolina.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's not happening.
Chris was now walking officers through his home, answering questions, and helping search for his missing family. But what nobody noticed in the moment were the small details in his behavior that would later make people question if he was as worried as he appeared.
She took more Amitrex this last month than she ever had before, but that's because she was in North Carolina with humidity and everything like that. She was there for 6 weeks, and we got back Monday or Tuesday, and then she flew out to Arizona Friday morning. And then she got back last night, about 2 a.m. Flight got delayed. She left about 11. She got here at 2.
Okay.
And I went to work this morning about 5:15, 5:30.
Chris explains that Shanann arrived home late that night after a trip and that he left for work early the next morning while she was still there.
Does she usually watch the kids, or you have daycare watch them?
She usually watches the kids at my high school.
Okay. You guys have any kind of issues, marital issues, or?
We're going through separation.
You are? Did you guys file yet or anything, or just talking?
No, we're gonna sell the house and we'll do a separation.
As the conversation continues, officers begin asking about their relationship. Chris admits that things between them had been strained and that they had recently been talking about separating. It's the first indication that there may have been deeper issues behind the scenes, something that could help explain why Shanann might have left unexpectedly. A short time later, officers speak with a neighbor who mentions that his security cameras may have captured something from earlier that morning.
She dropped her off at 1 in the morning, right?
My doorbell said 1:48. She came in. So as soon as it picks up motion, like back. I thought she.
That was the start of the video.
Yeah.
1:48.
I didn't pick her up going into the house, though.
It didn't. And I usually pick him up when he comes walking through here.
Mm-hmm.
I pick him up. So it's better to show her walking into the house.
They begin reviewing the footage, focusing on the driveway and the area just outside the house, hoping to see if Shanann or the children had left at any point.
All right. Appreciate your time.
Thanks.
Hopefully something comes up here.
No.
Who's that? Never rocking back and forth, and if you look, and it doesn't look like he came from right here, I thought he came from down the street. And then the other thing that doesn't make sense is why would he pull past the part? You can see him pull past.
As they continue watching, the neighbor starts identifying details in real time. He points out that Chris's truck is backed into the driveway, something he says is out of the ordinary. At the time, it was just a feeling from someone who knew Chris, but it became one of the first moments where the investigation started looking in a direction nobody expected.
This is her purse?
That's her purse. It's her medication. She takes these, her medication's still in here.
As officers continue searching the house, they begin to find items Shanann would normally never leave behind. Her purse, along with her medication, still inside.
Like a piece of wax or something. It's not blood. I don't see any signs of a struggle. Nothing's broken.
Nothing appears to be missing. There are no signs of packing, no indication. Everything she would need is still exactly where it should be.
The only thing that's gone is the kids' blankets, like their binkies. That's why they won't go anywhere without them.
They are gone?
Yep. Car seats are in the car. Keys are in the or on the center console of the car. Her cash, all of her ID, everything's still here. Phone's here.
One detail changes everything. The children's car seats are still inside the vehicle. Her phone is left behind. These are things she would not leave behind voluntarily, especially with her children. What initially appeared to be a missing persons case is now becoming something far more serious. The evidence inside the home suggests that Shanann didn't leave, at least not by choice.
Hi, are you Chris?
Chris, yes.
Chris Officer Wines with the Frederick Police Department's Office Perez.
Bye.
And we've got Boulder County Sheriff's Office. She can't. Okay, so we brought in some extra resources to try to locate your family.
Okay.
With your permission, we've got 3 different canines available. We'd like to collect some scent and kind of get the dogs in motion if you're good with that.
Okay.
They are going to need to come inside the house, kids' rooms, any of your wife's articles, anything like that.
Okay.
Is that okay with you?
The following day, the investigation grows larger. Officers return to the Watts home with additional resources, bringing in multiple K-9 units to search for any possible clues that could reveal where Shanann and the children went.
Does she have any dirty laundry that hasn't been touched by anybody else besides her?
Before beginning the search, officers need items that still carry the family's scent. They ask Chris about belongings inside the home.
Are you all right with us bringing a dog through the house as well?
Oh, good.
Okay.
Your little dog? Yeah, it's
Just gonna state
He's locked up. Do you want to put him outside? So he's not like really going nuts.
So we need to have everybody step out of the house.
Because we don't want the dog to get confused with all the stuff
Correct.
going on.
So you can leave that there,
The next step was bringing search dogs into the home.
This bed is definitely not made. Stuff on hangers, coats. There's a dead wasp on the bed, but
not been that intensity, yeah.
there's a sleeping mask right here too. There's a sleeping mask right there too.
This has not been cleaned up like
Mm-mm.
everything else.
Sure hasn't. I'll have Officer Perez send one of them in.
After checking the main areas of the house, the K9 search continues into the basement. Officers carefully inspect the rooms while the dogs work through the area, pointing out anything that stands out and making sure no possible clue is overlooked.
I don't know if you guys were out talking with Officer Perez. As far as the car seats go and collecting scent, the kids were wet when they got in the car seats. Car seats are still in the car. Both of those kids are old enough to put themselves in and out.
Okay.
So I don't know if he touched those or not, but they passed that information along to me.
They probably have, especially under the pads, you know.
Investigators then focused on another possible source of information, the girls' car seats. Chris explained that after a pool party, the children had gotten into the seats while still wet, meaning there was a chance their scent could still be there. Officers passed this information to the K9 handlers, hoping it could help the dogs track where Bella and Celeste may have gone.
So we figure the house is clear at this point. Excuse me. Great, we're not in there.
After hours of searching, officers finished going through the home. The house had been checked, possible leads had been looked into, and investigators continued gathering every piece of information they could find. But even after the search was complete, there was still one thing everyone was waiting for: answers. Chris decided to speak publicly about his missing family, hoping that spreading their story would help bring Shanann and the girls home. But this interview would eventually become one of the most examined moments of the entire case.
Chris Watts, WATTS.
Wow. What's going on right now around your house?
She came home from the airport 2 a.m. and I left around 5:15. She was still here. And about 12:10 and that afternoon, her friend Nicole showed up at the door. I had texted Shanann a few times that day, called her, but she never got back to me, but she wasn't getting back to any of her people as well.
According to Chris, he was the last person to see Shanann and the girls before they vanished. And while he claimed he wanted answers, investigators were starting to notice something didn't feel right.
And the last question is, if your wife can see this, if she can watch these, what would you like to tell your wife and your kids?
Shanann, Bella, Celeste, if you're out there, just come back. If somebody has her, I need to see everybody. I need to see everybody again. This house is not complete without anybody here. Please bring her back.
But something about Chris's interview felt off. While his family was missing, he appeared unusually calm, and the way he talked about what happened only made people more suspicious. But then everything would change. After days of searching, investigators started focusing closer on Chris. His interviews, his timeline, and the evidence collected from the home were no longer adding up. Chris agreed to speak with detectives, where he was given a polygraph test. Eventually, the story Chris had been telling from the beginning fell apart. The husband who stood in front of cameras begging for his family to come home admitted he knew what happened to them. Investigators discovered that Shanann and her daughters never disappeared. Chris had murdered his pregnant wife inside their home before taking her and the girls to an oil site where he worked. The search that began as a missing persons case ended with the discovery that the person closest to them was responsible. In November 2018, he was sentenced to multiple life sentences without the possibility of parole.